Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Great Gibraltar Draft with Hound Dogs. We're in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. We've got Ongs in that quarterfinal. Today we will be taking them on in both home and away fixtures, so we'll know if we're through to the semis or not. We will find out for sure. So we did play one game in between. It was against St. Joseph. Between obviously the Roma game and now. It was a 3-0 win. Luciano Salvador, Dion Drenarog scored a penalty, and Sanseviero also scored there as well. Now, looking at the squad, you can see we have got confirmation that Marangoz will be leaving us. He will be joining Hanover 96. Sorensen, who we were aware of, was joining Copenhagen, but we've also got Smetbank leaving us to join Torino as well. He was saying he wanted to leave because he wasn't getting the game time. I said, okay, fair enough. So he's going. So he will be leaving us at the end of the season. It's our last season, so it doesn't bother us too much, but it would have been nice to kind of set up the Hound Dogs for a little bit longer. But there's plenty of players that can play in any number of positions. So with that said, this will be the lineup we go for. There has been a few changes from the Roma games due to injuries, that sort of thing. So we are actually having to kind of play a made-up strike force. Koda is having to play up top because Salvador and Bazikovic are both injured and jaded. So hopefully for the next game, the second leg, they'll be back, or at least one of them will be, and we can go all guns blazing. But Koda's in there. He's scored a good few goals this season. We've got Ballard, Tovar's in there as well, and Chihaus will be playing in the first team for the first time in the Europa League for us. So great starter there. Adam Day and Sanseviero in centre midfield. Mendoza, Byberg and Pardo, and Suchu is also coming in at right back because Daga Ang is suspended for the game, so he won't be able to play. So that's why Suchu's come in. Bazunu obviously in goal. Hopefully that will be enough for today's game. And then in the next one, in the second leg, we should be all good to go with that. It will be in today's episode. It sounded like then that it was going to not be today. It is in this episode. So don't worry, you will see it all. But we'll give you kind of the highlights of things, see what goes on throughout the game, and we'll get stuck into it. But Angs has done very, very well. Look at that kind of form they're on. No faces, no regens, anything like that, because the French League isn't loaded because we can't be bothered. I don't know why it's not loaded. It's silly, really, why it's not loaded if you think about it, because the French League could be a very good league to sign players from. Anyway, Hound Dogs, 12 minutes in at the Adam Palmer Stadium. What can we do today? We're looking on top already. Chihao looking inside to Tovar. He whips it out wide to Ballard. Dominic Ballard looking to take on his man. Can he make something happen here? The Englishman in Gibraltar whips it in. It's headed away by the centre half, but it is headed down by Mendoza. Coming to Ballard again. Day on the edge of the box. Can he get a ball in? Chihao round to Suchu. I'm not sure how to say either of their names on the right-hand side. Sanseviero, though, looks to get the ball across. It is cleared, but just hits the defender as well. Tovar gets on the end of it, and he can deliver. Back post, off the bar, headed clear. Whoa, that was a 30 seconds of madness, wasn't it, for 15 minutes into the game, as now Ongs look to drive themselves forward, but Mendoza cuts that out nicely. Day looking to recycle things, and we come back again. Looking good so far in this game. 20 minutes in, action-packed already, and we're already on top of things, really. Tovar doing well to receive that from Sanseviero, who cut it out. Koda looking for the ball through. Can Ballard tuck it away here? It's a really tight angle. I mean, somehow got it across. It hit the post. Days managed to get the clearance and nod it down, and we're keeping going at them. Hopefully we can get to this one, which we do. Byberg gets onto that and looks to lay it back and start things all over again. We are certainly on top. They haven't had a shot yet, and it's 20 minutes in. We are looking very good so far. Fingers crossed this continues as the ball goes round the side to Tovar. He looks it back to Sanseviero, back to Tovar, who plays it into Koda, and it's just wide of the goal. It looked like it did take a deflection. It was blocked. Because it looks an open goal, really. So a fantastic challenge. Adam Day with the ball in. Can we get a goal from the corner? Not quite, as it is headed away. But wow, this is a lot more action-packed than I thought it was going to be. We are a lot more on top than I thought we were going to be at the moment anyway. Half an hour in as things stand. But Bonin looking to get Ongs going now. Can they move the ball forward and get things going? Doesn't look like it, as we're cutting out every pass they look to make. They can barely get out of their own half. Tovar looking back out to Suchu on the right-hand side from right back. He's got all the way to the byline, cuts it back across, lays it to Coda, who lays it back. Sanseviero fired it across. Ballard was there to tuck it away for his 5th goal of the season. Not a high-scoring season for him, but still very influential, as we can see from today's game. Tucking that one away. Lovely stuff. Coda, rather than taking the shot, lays it back. That's maybe the slight difference as to why he doesn't score as many goals, but it was brilliantly done. He was aware he wasn't in the best opportunity. Laid it back to Sanseviero, who was able to fire it across. And Ballard tucked it away for 1-0. Looking very, very good. Suchu into Chiho. He looks back to Suchu again. 10 minutes, well, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Let's get it right. 7 minutes before half time, and we're still looking in control. Although it is now Ongs coming forward. Verstrate, is that the name? Looks to play the ball forward, but we've wiped that up easy. We've cleared it up. No mess on the table here, as Mendoza's coming out with a mop and mopping the floor as well, just to make it nice and tidy. But we've, what was that analogy? Boutin looking for a long ball forward, and again, Mendoza should get there comfortably. Brings it down. He was wanted by the likes of Man City. We've had offers from Man City for him, Mendoza. So I'm hoping that they don't just sell all of the players straight away, because there's obviously a few in here that are wanted by big clubs. Lorenzo Coda, though, does score there, and it is Juan Tovar who manages to get that ball across. Brilliantly worked as well on that left side. Again, getting down to the byline, is able to fire it across. Coda, Tovar, working with Ballard. Tovar getting down there and then firing it across. Coda's able to tuck it in at the near post. Past the keeper for 2-0 just before half-time. Probably the perfect time to score, to be honest. It's just what we needed, as it looks like we're coming forward once again. Can we get a third? Can we do what we did against Roma, but really in the first half? Sanseviero on the edge of the box. Is he going to strike it? No, he doesn't. He lays it back to Byberg, who does strike. It's a good save in the air. Boutin is able to keep hold of it as well. Save it from spilling anywhere. But RXG is looking phenomenally good. We are totally in control, and we go again. Look at this, winning the ball from the drop kick from the keeper. Mendoza, Ballard, can he look to take on his man? He is looking to do so. Comes back inside of Tovar, who looks for the overlap of Mendoza on that left side. He's got loads of room. Ball's whipped in. Giao goes up, is headed away. But Suchu will get onto that again. His turn to come forward. Finds Tovar again, drifting around on the edge of the box. Laid back to Day on the edge. Finds Sanseviero, who lays it back again to Tovar, whose shot is over the bar. That rhymed. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. It's half time. Half time in the first leg. Not too bad at all. We are very, very much in control. Looking very, very good. I'm going to just leave it as it is for now. Not going to make any sort of changes. And let the guys just keep playing. Keep enjoying yourself out there. Try and get a couple more goals. If we can get another goal, again, similarly to the Roma game, I think it kind of gives us that barricade of really not having to worry as much. 2-0, though, is very much something that can be clawed back. And so we're going to have to keep well on top of it if we don't want that to happen. But with 15 minutes to go, we'll probably look to make a little change now. Ayman Saki can come on for Adam Day, who's been fantastic. Just give Saki a bit of game time in the Europa League, more experience. Hopefully he can shore things up a little bit as well in midfield, as it will be a Ongs free kick, who just head over the bar. We still need to try and keep a clean sheet if we can. Sorensen will come on as well for Sanseviero. How is there anyone who could come on for you? Well, we could pop Ballard on that right-hand side and put Pelez just further up as that winger in that inverted winger role, coming inside a bit more. Might make it a little bit fresher legged on the pitch as we're coming forward here. 7 minutes to go. I don't think the subs have actually been made just yet. So Sanseviero is still on the pitch. Byberg looking out wide to Suchi, who's going to come down the right-hand side. Can he whip a ball in and get a delivery that can cause some havoc? He certainly will try to. His block, though, and goes out for a corner, which we never do that good at, I'll be honest. Never quite as good when we didn't... Well, when we had Murray and we had Mbayamba, we were very, very good. But now not so much. But that was a free kick, and a decent one at that, which was tipped over the bar. I mean, I have to say, not a bad effort. Tovar whips it in, though, and there you go, headed away at the near post. Not long to go either. Tovar, though, is he onside? It looks like he might be. He takes a touch, finds Saki, who's going to come inside, whips that ball in. It is headed away. Can we get onto that? Suchu does very well to get ahead of the defender there, or the attacker, I should say, and bring that forward again for Hound Dogs. With just a couple of minutes to go, we have absolutely run riot in this game. We probably should have had more goals than just the 2 we've scored. But without a real striker on the pitch, I think we've done pretty well. I think we've done okay. Liverpool and Newcastle drawing currently. Napoli beating Celtic 2-1 and Atalanta beating Dortmund 2-1 as well. So some interesting results there, which certainly gives me a little bit of hope, I have to say. But with that, we will jump to the second leg. We've got Lions in between. But like I say, we'll jump straight to the second leg and I'll show you what goes down in between. Okay then, so we've made it to the second leg. I don't know why that keeps happening. 1-0. We beat Lions. It was comfortable, but we only beat them 1-0 from a penalty. So it was one of those, where you weren't too concerned, but it would have been nice to get a couple more goals just to make sure. But that did win us the league, so we have won the league now. Absolutely fine there. Nothing to worry about in that regard. Otherwise, though, we have got the lineup for today. Now, I was debating whether to say Bezicovic or Salvador anyway, because they aren't fully fit, but I'm not going to, because we did so well last time with Coda up top. I think we might as well leave it and kind of hope that we get through to then be able to play them in the next game. It's pretty much the same team as previously. Dagger Ang has come back in at right back though. Otherwise, yeah, like I say, pretty much the same as the one in the last leg. Tovar hopefully will be very good again today. Coda as well, who's upped his game a little bit as well since that one. So looking good. Hopefully today again we can get a comfortable victory. It's 2-0 so far. If we can kind of keep that going and they don't come out too aggressively, we might be all right. But they've lost their last 2 games. So in both the against us and whatever game maybe have been in between. But our 4-2-3-1 looking good for today. Hopefully we can continue that. Let's get started. So it is a long ball forward that's been headed away by us, as it is actually played through. Pardo does well to save it. Not save it, but tackle and clear that ball. But it does fall to a Ongs player who shoots and hits the post, actually. Bazunu not quite able to get to that as we're coming forward now. 20 minutes in. Still looking pretty even this time. Much more even than previously. Makes sense considering we are away now. But Chihao looks to try and do something with that cross. Wasn't quite able to get a shot away or anything. But Day looking inside. Laid back to Tovar, who shot. I mean, I think the keeper might have helped us put that in. That wasn't great. I don't think Tovar's effort was actually that good. It looked like it was going over the bar, if anything. And the keeper's managed to somehow tip it into his own net. Dagger Ang, back to Tovar. Day, finding Gio, who laid it back to Tovar, who shot. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going over. I think Boughton just put it in his own net there. So probably not ideal for them, giving us a goal in the first 20 minutes. But I think we're good for it so far. We'll have to see how the rest of the game pans out. But fingers crossed, things still go our way and we're able to keep this going and take it into a semi-final match, which would be very, very nice indeed. But it's Atlanta or Dortmund, I think it is, isn't it? The semi-final match. So we'll have to see who that could be if we do go through. But it's a poor pass again by them, and Chio's able to cut that out. He looks through to Ballard, who can tuck it under the keeper. That makes it 2. That's 4-0 on aggregate. We are looking good today. Chio, who's 39th in the next gen rankings, so he's regarded as one of the best players, young players in the world. So can't argue with that. I think that's probably the one. I think we've had maybe one other person who's been deemed as the young player. I think that was the guy who we sold to Bayern Munich, the centre half. I can't remember his name now, but I think he was Czech. But yeah, I know he was in it. He was top 30 even. So he was very, very good. But good to see Chill in there. And hopefully these bits of game times in Europe will help him. A ball through to Coda. Can he finish this time? He can't quite, as he's kind of hooked it wide after trying that little dink over the keeper. But 25 minutes in, and we're looking good, aren't we? I have to say it. We are looking very, very good for this game and good for the win today. Day, speaking of Day, whips it into the back post. Chill was able to head that in. It might be blown up for offside, maybe. I don't think it was. I think it was still on, even with the keeper there, who'd come out to try and punch it. But we'll see in a moment. Would his goal count? Certainly has. I thought it would. But there you go. Whipped in. Yeah, he was comfortably onside, wasn't he? Headed in. Lovely stuff. All of our attacking midfielders getting a goal each now. So it's good to see a bit of versatility. If we do play Dortmund, I've just realised they've signed Chibozo, who I think has actually scored in their game today. So we'll be facing an old foe, or an old friend, as you could say, in that game. So it'd be interesting to see what goes down. But it is looking more and more likely, although it's a good block there. I don't know who that was. Was that you, Byberg? I'm not sure. It was either Byberg or Pardo, but it was a great block to prevent the shot from actually coming at the goal. Doulard looking to work something here. He goes out wide, out inside. He turned out to come in to Frabotta as they look to try and restart the move. With only 5 minutes to go, though, they've not got long left till the half-time whistle. And if we get to half-time with no goals conceded, I was mid-sentence when that went in, it would be great. But they have scored. They've still got to get 4, though, to get even level with us. So if it's taken them 120 minutes to score 1 goal, I think we might be okay. And we could even score more here as Coda looks to play Chill through. He's had to be pushed wide, but he will look to cut it back, I'm sure. Or even get fouled. I don't think it's a penalty. It looks like it was outside the box, but we'll soon see. It could be very much a penalty being taken. But there's only one way to see. It was definitely a foul, though, because he had his back to him, and I mean, he wasn't going anywhere, so I don't really understand why that's happened. But check in, no penalty. No, I didn't think it was. I thought it was outside the box, so that's not a surprise. But we can still get a goal from this if a delivery is good enough. Day looks for back stick. I mean, it's not great. Coda's going to have to work hard to try and get a ball back in the box now, which he does manage. Day, back post, falls out to Siedo. But it will be half time if they don't score here. Can we deal with this, please? Because no, we can't. We cannot deal with that. And that makes it 3-2. I mean, it's very good for them, scoring just before half time, a second, after such a poor start to the game. But it's not great defending. We haven't dealt with that ball in. And it does make it 5-2 on aggregate. We still got the advantage, a clear advantage still. So nothing too much to worry about in that regard. But we have to keep going. We have to react still in the second half. Pelez will come on for Mendoza. Mendoza's having not a great game, so Pelez will come on and just replace that with the average ratings in his performances. Tovar, though, looking back at Pelez did score in the last game, to be fair, against Lions, 1-0 to win us the league. So he deserves a half in the game. Sure, Coda looking to receive that Ballard. I mean, we haven't necessarily missed out on a striker, have we? Scoring 3 goals in this one, 2 in the previous one. We're still banging in the goals as Dominic Ballard's played through. Make that another one. Make that 6. 6 goals in the 2 games where we haven't had a proper striker. We felt it more in the league game, which was strange. Maybe that's because they sit slightly deeper against us and we've got no one who's necessarily a clinical finisher. But Pelez getting the assist there as he finds Ballard, who's able to tuck it away. That makes it 6-2. 4-2 today's game. Looking more and more comfortable as the minutes tick on. So we should be good. Pelez coming down this left-hand side. He whips a ball in. Another one in this time. Coda's not able to get there as it headed clear. Dagger Ang lays it off to Tovar. He's going to turn and find Day. There's plenty of room out on the left as Pelez is able to get to the deflected kind of shot pass. I'm not sure what it was. But ball comes in and Sanseviero with his goal. That's his 6th of the season. Another assist for Pelez. And maybe he's saying, you should have started me, boss. Because he's got 2 assists within quick succession, causing havoc down that left-hand side. And it is 7-2. So we have made a couple of changes that will be happening in just a moment, but we are coming forward already. Chil coming inside after originally a goal kick. So we're doing quite well to get forward here. Dagger on the overlap. Gets it in first time. Coda with the header. And there it is. That's wrapped it up. 8-2 now. 6 goals. They thought they might be able to claw it back, but the boys came out in the second half and run rampant with that one. Chio, though, doing very well, laying it back to Day. He's dinked the ball over the top to Dagger Ang, who did well to get there in the end, as it looked like it was going out. And Coda just had to guide it in with the header there. Yep, we want to keep going with the changes, because San Viedo will come off, Saki will come in there, and Raphael will come on the left-hand side, with Ballard moving over to the right. So we've got a few changes that have been made just to kind of slow the clock down, I guess, and get some fresh legs on the pitch, as we feels like we have done the job now and there isn't too much to worry about. Pelez, fantastic when he came on. Saki, Raphael, can they work together and maybe get something going here? As the ball's he's looked for a little dink over the top. It's the right idea, as Ballard would have been through if they'd have missed that header, but they will come back at us now. But again, we're looking pretty solid. We've got players, I was going to say in the right positions, but now we're looking a bit weaker as they're running at us. The final few minutes, though, as the ball's whipped in. Can we clear it? Not quite, as it is smashed in by Picone to make it 6-3. Again, I don't think we'll have any concerns, but it's never nice to concede. Never nice. But there you go. It was 8-3 on aggregate on the end. 6-3 on the day. What a game that was. Plenty of goals. The only real concern was just before half-time when they scored those 2 goals in 5 minutes. But Ballard kind of settled the nerves in the second half. And we took it kind of from there. But looks like it will be Borussia Dortmund through. Chibozo scoring in that one. Newcastle going through and Napoli. So some big results there. And I think that does mean we will be facing Borussia Dortmund in the semi-final. And an old friend of ours, Chibozo, will be in the side. He's 31 now, 104 caps for Beniz. Not bad, but I reckon we could give him a run for his money. We sold him for 300k after signing for 81k, and his move to Dortmund was 17.5. So he's gone up in the world, certainly for price-wise, but I think we've, we'll do okay. I'm confident, especially as they've got Dennis Bergkamp as manager. Blimey. But yeah, with that, we will leave it there. We'll be back for the Dortmund game, obviously, and see how we can get on in the semi-final of that. It will be coming up very shortly, so we'll be on that straight away. But thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.